I'm Bonamy Grimes. Most people call me Bon. I was a graduate at Manchester University, and after university I got together with a friend of mine, Gareth Williams, and another guy I met working at Marks & Spencer, and we set up a company called Skyscanner. And yeah, that was our story. So we built the flight search engine, and then it became a travel search engine through to about 2013. That was when I left, but then it was sold in 2016 to a Chinese company called Ctrip. And now I'm helping out companies where I can and pursuing a number of my passion projects, shall we say, hobbies. Interesting fact. Okay, this is one, not many people know this one. I usually save it for parties where you say 3 things and one of them's true. When I was a baby, I auditioned for the part of the baby that turned into a pig in Alice in Wonderland in 1971. I didn't get the job. What's valuable within a company? Well, without being too cliche, quite often it's about the people. So working with really, really good teams. And that comes down to recruiting the right people and making sure that they can do their job and they're empowered to do their job and you listen to them. I think that's absolutely critical. I think one of the things we did, before we set up Skyscanner, we ran a consultancy called Solutions4.net, and it was an IT services company. And I think we sat round a board table once and thought, is this company viable in terms of having value outside the founders around the table? So we decided that the primary value within Solutions4.net was us, and that if we wanted to make the company more successful, we had to either kind of become a recruitment agency or kind of scale up a consultancy, and that didn't really excite us. We were more about creating a product. So I think one of the things that makes a company really successful is if there is a product outside the people that are working there. So something you can point to and says that has value, that's not us, that's got its own momentum, that's got its own value to your customers, that's got its own value to anybody that's using it. So I think that's one of the key things that's very important when you're starting out. So Modo25 really appealed to me. One, I mean, going back to my first answer to that question, people. So having John Redman start up the company, and I know how good he is and shares that value system. So the people that he's recruited within Modo25 are exceptionally talented people. I would also say that whilst at Skyscanner, we struggled with a number of different agencies we worked with in the marketing world. And I think the idea of working in partnership with a company and this idea of insourcing really resonated with me as to, it's not outsourcing or insourcing. This kind of shared partnership approach is really, really powerful. Because you align, as long as the companies are aligned and working together, then the success of one is the success of the others. So I think that's really, really important. So that's what really attracted me. And then we talk about Bosco and what that can do in terms of looking at opportunities and kind of using the data that's available and getting meaningful insights out of that data and spotting those opportunities. That's an incredible product. Well, we're coming out of a very strange period in terms of what we've had over the last year with COVID. And what it's done is it's forced a lot of companies to think differently and adapt. And I think Modo25 exemplifies that philosophy of looking at different ways of doing things you've traditionally done. And I think Modo25 and Bosco can show those opportunities to people and leverage and really get the best they can so that you can reach the customers you want to service. And if you've got a really good product, like I was talking about earlier, then that's brilliant.